Hello, and welcome to the 2025 Juliet Cookie Refresher Training. This training will give you a review of the cookie program while covering some important updates for the 2025 cookie program. Throughout this training, we'll be going over many different aspects of the cookie program. We'll cover this year's important dates and a cookie program checklist. We'll take a look at this year's cookie lineup, theme, and rewards. We'll go over a brief review of the cookie program. We'll quickly chat about eBuddy and Digital Cookie, as well as the financial procedures of the cookie program. And finally, we'll take a look at some of the special program opportunities for this year's program, as well as a reminder of some of the volunteer resources available to you. Here is a look at some of the important dates of this year's cookie program. It's important to note that this is just a quick snapshot of some of the standout dates. We'll go over some other important dates throughout the training, but all of the important dates can be found in your Juliette Cookie Manager Guide. So it's very important to take the time to read through that guide so that you're aware of all of the important dates for this year's cookie program. Here is just another look at some of the other important dates for this year's cookie program. Once again, please remember to read through your Juliette Cookie Manager Guide for more information and to review all of those important dates. Here is a checklist of the steps you'll need to complete to get started with this year's cookie program. You'll want to complete the 2025 Juliet Cookie Refresher Training, which you're doing right now. You'll want to take some time to review all of the materials that were included in your Juliet Cookie Kit, once again specifically that Juliet Cookie Manager Guide. Be sure to complete the 2 required financial forms needed to participate in the Girl Scout Cookie Program. Those forms are the Juliet ACH Debit Authorization Form and the Juliet Agreement to Assume Debt Form. You'll want to discuss the 2024-2025 cookie program with your Juliette and set some sales goals with her. And last but not least, ensure that your Juliette has a current membership, as only registered Girl Scouts can participate in the cookie program. Now we'll take a look at our 2025 cookie lineup. If you participated in the cookie program last year, you'll notice that there are no changes. Girl Scouts will still be selling the same 9 varieties, and the prices will remain the same. Core cookies, which are the Lemon Ups, Trefoils, Do-si-dos, Samoas, Tagalongs, Thin Mints, and Adventurefuls, are priced at $5 a box, and specialty cookies, which are the Girl Scout S'mores and Toffee-tastics, are priced at $6 a box. I would like to point out that this season will be the last season for Girl Scout S'mores, so be sure to encourage your supporters to get them while they still can this year. Every year, we have a new theme and mascot for product programs to get the girls excited and keep them engaged in those product programs. This year's theme might be familiar to some of those who participated in the 2024 fall program. The theme is Embrace Possibility, and this year's mascot, which is different from the fall's mascot, is a panda. Now we'll take a look at some of the physical rewards that girls can earn through this year's cookie program. These rewards can also be found on your paper order card that came in your cookie kit. It's important to note that rewards are cumulative, meaning girls will earn all rewards below the reward earned at her highest level sold. There are also a few special rewards available for girls to earn, such as the Digital Cookie Rewards and the Gift of Caring Reward. Please be sure to refer to the order card for the sales criteria required to earn these rewards. Here are just a few more rewards that girls can earn this season. As girls reach higher sales levels, they will have some options to choose from for some of their rewards. For example, at the 750 plus level, girls can choose between one of 4 cookie celebration events or a snow cone maker. Similarly, at the 1250 plus level, girls can choose between a day at one of 2 amusement parks or a vlogging kit with accessories. Please be sure to refer to the Top Sellers information page for more information on Top Seller rewards, events, and trips. This information page can be found in your cookie kit. Rewards will be available for pickup in mid-May of 2025. More information on reward pickups will become available as we near the end of cookie season. GSSEM is proud to offer Girl Scouts the opportunity to support their community through the cookie program. This is done through our Gift of Caring or Troops to Troops project. When taking orders, girls can ask customers if they would like to purchase additional packages of cookies to be donated to our troops and local heroes. If a customer wishes to donate packages to this initiative, they can do so through the donation column on the order card or online with their digital cookie order. The total number of packages of cookies donated through the order card will be included in your Juliettes initial order sales numbers, but will not be picked up at your initial order delivery site. Rather, these donated packages are held at the warehouse for distribution to the partner agencies by GSSEM. In addition, while these donated packages may be included in your Juliettes initial order sales, they are not paid for until the end of the sale in the final payment. All products purchased for this project will be donated to Soldiers Angels or to local police and fire rescue departments. Now that we've talked about some of the fun surface level aspects of the cookie program, let's go over a brief review of the basics of the cookie program. As a reminder, the cookie program is split into two sales periods, the initial order period and the booth sales period. During the initial order period, Juliettes can take orders in two ways, through their paper order card or online through digital cookie. The initial order period for Juliettes will take place from December 16th, 2024 to February 3rd, 2025. After the initial order period ends, you'll have to pick up all those cookies that were ordered, so here's a look at how that will work. Initial order pickups will take place on February 3rd, 2025 out of your selected GSSEM Service Center location. You'll receive an email about a week prior to the pickup date to select your pickup location. When picking up your Juliettes initial order, you'll just simply bring your paper order card along with any digital cookie girl delivered orders to the pickup site. A GSSEM staff member will assist you with confirming and preparing your order and will count it with you to ensure it's correct. Please be sure to verify your order is accurate before signing off or leaving with your order, as there are no returns on cookies. Here is just another look at some more important dates and deadlines, specifically during the initial order period. Some of these dates may have already been listed earlier in the training, but I do want to point out a couple of new ones. On January 26th, 2025, the girl delivery option in digital cookie will temporarily pause to prevent any discrepancies during the initial order submission period for troops. This option will resume in early February, and we'll take a look at that exact date in a few slides here. The next few dates are the dates of the booth reservation process, which happens to take place during the initial order period. We'll chat about this process in just a few slides, but it's good to know the dates well ahead of time to keep them in your back pocket. And finally, once again, I just want to point out the initial order deadline and pickup date of February 3rd. The booth sales period, or the direct sales period, is when customers can purchase cookies from Girl Scouts on the spot without requiring them to pre-order the cookies and wait for delivery. Girls can take orders via their goal getter card or at a cookie booth during the booth sales period. The booth sales period for Juliettes will begin on February 4th, directly after the initial order period ends. This is when girls are welcome to begin using their goal getter cards to take orders. However, cookie booth sales will not begin until February 14th. Here is a rundown on how the cookie booth reservation process works. On January 27th at 7 p.m., all mall kiosks will become available for reservation in eBuddy. There is a limit of one mall kiosk reservation per Juliette on this day. On January 28th at 7 p.m., all booth locations, including local businesses, will become available for reservation. There is a limit of 2 total booth opportunities on this day, meaning if you selected a mall kiosk on the previous day, your Juliette can select 1 additional booth opportunity on the 28th. If your Juliette did not select a mall kiosk on the first day, you can select 2 total booth opportunities on this second day, January 28th. On the third day of the booth reservation process, January 29th, all booths become available for reservation with no limit. You are welcome to select as many booths as you like on this day. Please be courteous and only select booths you know your Juliette is able to honor. If your Juliette is no longer able to work a booth that you've selected, please release the booth back into eBuddy as soon as possible. If you would like to make your own arrangements for cookie booths at a local business, your place of worship, schools, etc., you can do so after January 29th. Please only make arrangements at stores and locations that are not already listed in eBuddy. In addition, please be aware that Home Depot, Meijer, and Target have corporate non-solicitation policies and are not to be reached out to. If you would like your booth to be on the Girl Scout Cookie Finder, you must submit your booth for approval in eBuddy. Please refer to the Juliette Cookie Manager Guide for more information on how to input your own booth into eBuddy for approval. Booth approvals are done every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Once again, this is not mandatory. You only need to submit your booth for approval if you would like for it to be listed on the public Girl Scout Cookie Finder. Here is just a quick refresher on cookie cupboards. If you need additional cookies after the initial order period has ended, for cookie booths or to fulfill goal-getter card orders, you will go to a local cookie cupboard to pick them up. Cookie cupboards will open on February 13th, 2025, and most cupboards will be open every Thursday and Friday, as well as the first 4 Saturdays after the cupboards open. A complete list of cupboard locations and operating days and hours will be sent out as we get closer to the opening date of the cupboards. Cupboards will close on April 4th, 2025. When planning to check cookies out from a cupboard, you must place a pending order either in eBuddy or by emailing productsales@gsscm.org by 10 p.m. on Sunday to pick up the following week during cupboard hours. Remember, cookies can only be ordered or checked out from the cupboard in full cases, and as a reminder, a full case is 12 packages of cookies. But beginning on March 13th, you may pick up mixed cookie cases, which are just full cookie cases with mixed varieties in them. Cookies checked out from the cookie cupboards are taken out of the second ACH sweep. Once again, we just have some more important dates and deadlines, specifically this time during the booth sales period. I'd like to point out a few dates that we haven't already discussed or listed, starting with February 2nd, which is when the girl delivery option and digital cookie will resume after its brief pause that we saw in the initial order period. On February 26th, the initial order ACH sweeps will begin. This is when Council will sweep the total amount due for every package sold during the initial order period. Once again on March 13th, mixed cookie case pickups will begin in the cupboard. This is when you can place pending orders for mixed variety full cases. Also on March 13th is when the cookie exchange will open in eBuddy. This is when you will have the opportunity to exchange cookies with local troops, to trade out cookies that you might no longer need, but that another troop might be able to take off your hands. Continuing with just a few more important dates. April 2nd is when the girl delivery option will turn off for the remainder of the cookie season, meaning customers can no longer place orders for girl delivery after this date. Cookie cupboards will close on Friday, April 4th, and the last day to host cookie booths will be Sunday, April 6th. The final reward order is due in eBuddy by April 9th. You can also email your final reward order to productsales@gsscm.org if you'd prefer. The final ACH sweep of the 2025 cookie program will take place on April 21st. This is when all remaining funds owed to Council will be swept from troop bank accounts. And finally, Juliettes can expect to receive their rewards in mid to late May of next year. Once again, please be sure to read through the Juliette Cookie Manager Guide to find all of the important dates for this year's cookie program. Now we'll switch gears just a little bit and do a brief refresh on eBuddy and Digital Cookie. eBuddy is the online system that troops and Juliettes use to manage the cookie sale. Please note that the eBuddy database is set up for troop use, but Juliettes may have access to eBuddy to find cookie booth opportunities and to place pending orders to the cookie cupboards. Juliettes just must email productsales@gsscm.org to be added to eBuddy. Please note the Juliette ACH debit authorization form and the Juliette agreement to assume debt form must be completed in order to have access to eBuddy. In addition, volunteers must also have current memberships and background checks to have eBuddy access. Juliettes can have access to eBuddy by emailing productsales@gsscm.org starting on December 16th, 2024. Digital Cookie is an online sales platform for girls. After setting up their digital cookie site, girls will be able to sell cookies online to friends and family who do not live locally or to those that prefer to purchase online. All orders on Digital Cookie require payment by card at the time of checkout, regardless of what type of order is made. Caregivers do not have to collect any money for Digital Cookie orders. Customers can purchase cookies on Digital Cookie in 3 ways: through girl delivery, through direct shipping, or through donation. Girls can access Digital Cookie starting on December 16th, 2024. Running a successful cookie business through Digital Cookie can be done in 4 easy steps. After receiving their registration email on December 16th, girls will simply log into Digital Cookie, fill in all the required information to set up their site, and begin reaching out to customers through Digital Cookie via email, social media, etc. to start collecting online sales. Girls can easily track their progress on the dashboard of their Digital Cookie site to see how they're doing with reaching their goals. If you have additional questions or need additional support regarding Digital Cookie, please be sure to check out the Digital Cookie tip sheets listed on the Cookie Seller resources page at www.gsscm.org/CSR. Now we'll move into the financial procedures of the cookie program for Juliettes. As a reminder, Juliette Girl Scouts do not keep any cash funds from the cookie program. The full balance of all sales is submitted to GSSCM via 2 ACH sweeps. Instead of cash funds, Juliettes will earn program credits for Girl Scout merchandise, camps, and programming. The amount earned is based on ranges, and you can find those ranges in your Juliette cookie kit. Juliette Girl Scouts and parents should not refer to the balance due numbers provided in the eBuddy system, as that is designed for troops. For any financial questions, please contact our finance team at gsscm-finance@gsscm.org. As mentioned, there are 2 financial forms that are required to participate in the cookie program: the Juliette ACH debit authorization form and the Juliette agreement to assume debt form. The ACH debit authorization form is essentially a banking authorization form, and the Juliette agreement to assume debt form clearly states the financial and procedural requirements for the parent or guardian assisting their Juliette Girl Scout with her product program sales, specifically for the person responsible for fulfilling all requirements and obligations for their Juliette's product program sales. Also, as mentioned throughout the training, funds owed to GSSCM for council proceeds from the cookie program will be collected via ACH debit from your bank account. The cookie program ACH debit schedule is as follows. Funds must be available in the bank account with checks cleared by February 21st, 2025. Electronic withdrawal for the initial order cookies will begin on February 26th, 2025. After the initial order ACH sweep, bi-weekly ACH sweeps will be done for an account with a balance of $5,000 or more owed to GSSCM. Parents will be notified 3 business days before the sweep is set to take place. Parents will not be able to get additional cookies from the cookie cupboard until an ACH sweep is completed. As a reminder, if you checked out any cookies from the cookie cupboard throughout the cookie season, GSSCM will perform a final ACH sweep to collect those remaining funds owed to council. The remaining balance of what is owed to GSSCM must be available in the bank account with checks cleared by April 18th, 2025. The full remaining balance due will then be debited from your Juliette account beginning on April 21st, 2025. As a final note on finances, I would like to point out that GSSCM does offer the opportunity for Juliettes to accept credit card payments for cookies, specifically at cookie booths. If your Juliette would like to accept credit cards this year, our recommendation for a service provider is Square. Please note you will be responsible for setting up this service. One of the last things we'll take a look at in this training is a couple of fun events and special opportunities troops and Juliettes will have during this year's cookie program. First up for special events is the Cookie Rally. Every year, GSSCM hosts a Cookie Rally to kick off the cookie season and get the Girl Scouts excited about the cookie program. The Cookie Rally features various stations where Girl Scouts and family members can participate in cookie-related activities in arts and crafts. This year's rally will take place on Saturday, January 25th at Cranbrook Institute of Science. Please note there will be 2 separate time sessions for this year's rally, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. The sessions will be the same, and each Girl Scout should register for just 1 session. In addition to the Girl Scout cookie-themed activities, this year's rally will also include admission to Cranbrook and will feature some exciting science-themed activities facilitated by Cranbrook staff, making this event perfect for all levels of Girl Scouts as well as family members. More details and registration information can be found on the event page at www.gsscm.org/cookie-rally. Another fun opportunity troops and Juliettes have during cookie season is the chance to participate in a big game booth. Big game booths are hosted on the day before the Super Bowl when businesses are booming with customers stocking up on all of their favorite game day snacks. This year's Big Game Booth Day will be Saturday, February 8th. Troops and Juliettes will apply for this opportunity by 10 p.m. on January 19th and will then be selected at random for the opportunity. The times and locations for the booths will be arranged by GSSCM. In order to qualify to host a Big Game booth, you must be available all day on the Big Game booth day, pick up the cookies for the booth on February 3rd, 2025, and accept a standard assortment of cookies for the booth, understanding that they cannot be returned if they do not get sold at the Big Game booth. Be sure to apply for a Big Game booth today at www.gsscm.org/game-booth. We will wrap up our training by going over all of the great resources available to you as you navigate the cookie program. There are plenty of resources available to you to help your Juliette run a successful cookie business. You can always reach out to the product program team at productsales@gsscm.org with any questions or support needs. You can also join the volunteer-led GSSEM Product Program Support Facebook group. This group is great for connecting with other volunteers to hear their experiences and perspectives on product programs, ask them questions, etc. There is a help center through eBuddy, and there are also plenty of digital cookie tip sheets and videos. There are also plenty of informational and fun resources available on our Bakers website at www.littlebrowniebakers.com. Your one-stop shop for all GSSEM cookie-related resources will be the Cookie Seller Resources page, which you can find at www.gssem.org/CSR. There are a few other pre-recorded training videos, such as the Cookie Cafe trainings, available on the CSR page, so be sure to check those out too. Another great resource I want to reiterate is the Juliette Manager Guide that you received in your cookie kit. In addition to this training, this guide will have everything you need to know, plus some other information that might not have gotten covered in this training, so please be sure to take the time to read through that guide. Please be sure to also read through all of the other cookie materials that were included in your cookie kit as well. Rallyhood is another great resource for connecting with other volunteers, staying up to date on important information, etc. Be sure to join the product program rally to stay up to date on all things cookie related. And that wraps up our 2025 Cookie Refresher training for Juliettes. Thank you so much for taking the time to prepare for the upcoming cookie season. As a reminder, for any additional questions or support, please refer to your Juliette Cookie Manager Guide, check out the Cookie Seller Resources page, or email the product program team at productsales@gsscm.org. Thanks again, and best of luck to your Juliette this cookie season.